Okay, man, the NBA season is officially over. The NBA draft begins next week, and we are now headed into the off season. The Milwaukee Bucks have officially won their second championship within their franchise history ever since the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Oscar Robertson days, and you can now make the severe case that if Giannis were to retire right now at the age of 26 years old, he will still be inducted into the Hall of Fame considering the many accolades he possesses at this young of an age. But what does this championship for the Bucks actually mean exactly? Well, some of you guys may be expecting for me to put an asterisk next to their postseason run due to injury purposes, aka cough cough, the Brooklyn Nets, but I'm not going to do that. Injury or not, the Bucks have won this championship fair and square, and this postseason run may have just saved this franchise in general. Now, you may ask, how exactly did this championship save this franchise? Well, there are many reasons as to why I make this specific case. Consider the many factors including the narrative of the Bucks being a regular season team, quote unquote, never going to be able to win a championship with the way this team is constructed around Giannis Antetokounmpo. Also consider the disrespect Giannis has gotten in the past for not showing up big time when the Bucks really needed him. Or you can think about how it was considered how Giannis made a horrible decision signing an extension with the Milwaukee Bucks because this team wasn't expected to be crowned NBA champions anytime soon. Pretty much every single narrative that I've just mentioned has been severely crushed, and now it is being said that Giannis may be the best player in the league, even better than Kevin Durant. Taking a look back in recent history, the Bucks in back-to-back seasons were the first seed in the Eastern Conference, considered as the best team in the entire NBA league record-wise. In the 2019 postseason, this team managed to get to the conference finals, and they took a 2-0 series lead against the Kawhi-led Toronto Raptors, only to lose 4 straight and proceeded to take a trip to Cancun. However, this postseason run to my knowledge wasn't looked at as a disappointment, as this was the first time in a while that the Bucks managed to make it that far into the postseason in the first place. But the head scratching for this team officially began when they got severely outmatched by the Miami Heat in the second round of the playoffs last season, losing in 5 games when this team was expected to make a finals appearance. This loss to the Miami Heat had NBA fans and analysts making a joke out of the Milwaukee Bucks, and the Bucks were not to be taken seriously ever again. Mike Budenholzer was considered to be on the hot seat, and it looked as though this Bucks team was never going to be a real threat in the Eastern Conference. But pretty much this championship told the entire NBA world that the Bucks are actually the real deal and to not be taken for granted, and it saved the Milwaukee Bucks franchise from a severe headache for having to waste Giannis Antetokounmpo's prime and talent by not being able to win at least one championship with him as the face of the entire team. This team basically threw away their entire future, giving away draft picks and players to acquire Jrue Holiday, which blatantly means this team is fully committed to go all in with the team they have constructed currently, and it would be a huge slap in the face if they proceeded to give up so much for a player like Jrue Holiday just to not win anything at all. Now, I just want to go out on a limb to consider how much respect that I have for Giannis and the entire Bucks franchise right now. Giannis Antetokounmpo began his career being nowhere near a decent player in this league, and he even told stories about him wanting to play in this league just so he can help his family out of the struggle. This man went from selling goods on the street to becoming a very dominant superstar in this NBA league. You can tell he worked on his game exponentially, as he literally added an abundance of muscle to his body, and he worked on his intangibles and skills in the lab for so many more years to come for him to see this moment of success. I respect how committed he was for this franchise by staying with this team even though he had full opportunity to sign to another team in free agency. And the Milwaukee Bucks front office managed to make things work for this team to make it to the promised land at last. And I honestly felt like this NBA Finals series showed us NBA fans how unstoppable Giannis could potentially be if he had a consistent jump shot. Especially in Game 6 where Giannis closed the series out scoring 50 points and putting it on through both ends of the floor. He was scoring so many points, not only from getting into the rack and taking layups or dunks, but he was actually hitting mid-range shots, producing scoring from turnaround fadeaways in the post, and he was able to bring the ball up the court as he always does for the past few years and control the offense as what a point guard does, having the archetype of a center. This game in particular made me realize if Giannis were to develop a consistent jump shot from the mid-range and even from the three-point range, then this league is seriously in trouble. And the floor spacing Chris Middleton, PJ Tucker, Pat Connaughton, Brook Lopez, etc. provides makes it possible for Giannis to work his magic in a consistent environment on the basketball floor. So tell me, how do you guys feel about the Bucks winning this championship? Do you honestly feel like it was well deserved, or are you going to put an asterisk next to their postseason run? My take on this statement is to just enjoy basketball for what it is, as these players we are watching right now are not going to be in this league forever. Make sure you guys like this video and subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. I'm out. Peace.